government, fuck the Republicans, and fuck the fucking Democrats. I just want to say real quick, when this dude got stabbed, the cops didn't do shit to help him. He was an innocent victim, a bystander. We all saw it. I watched it, right? He didn't do anything. He's the one who needed the help more than anyone. And they locked him in, they compartmentalized him with people they thought were criminals, and they didn't even give him any help. They're still not pressing charges against the Klan members who stabbed him, and they're still not coming to talk to him, right? We've never met, but I'm keeping up with his story. I'm supporting him, right? He's out here supporting us. Solidarity is what it's about. It's how we're gonna win this. Now we go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I want to introduce an activist. Her name is Renee. She's been fighting against police brutality in Anaheim. Renee, come and tell your story.
Oh, there she is.
It's breaking out. I got the screen now.
My name's Renee. I've been a police accountability activist in the city of Anaheim for a few years now. There has been no accountability in Orange County or Anaheim. There has been many murders by police in Orange County, and there has been no accountability. We are here today for Pedro Villanuevas, who is a 19-year-old child. A 19-year-old child who was followed by undercover CHP officers from LA to Fullerton, to a dead-end street where they proceeded to gun him down and injure his friend. We have seen zero footage of what happened that day. We only have their side of the story. We do not even know for sure if Pedro knew he was being followed by officers. Since they were undercover CHP officers, supposedly the CHP has formed task forces, undercover task forces, who go roaming around our highways looking for street racers or anybody else who's suspicious. We live in a fucking police state. Yeah. It is time for us to unite and for us to wake up. Yeah. I have seen zero accountability in Orange County. I have seen complacency by the people in Orange County. Young men in Anaheim have been murdered, have been shot in the fucking back. Families have taken these cases to the 9th Circuit Federal Courts, and the juries have sided with these fucking police. It is shameful what's going on around our nation right now. It is disgusting. We need to unite as one. All of us, our community, because this is what I say, and will continue to say it. Strong communities make police and politicians obsolete. The government is the only one trying to bait a race war around here. We need to wake up. We need to unite like everybody is here today, bringing awareness to this community. To this community who is probably very unaware of the fact that CHP is forming undercover task forces on our highways. Again, this is a fucking police state, people. We need to come together, and we need to stand for our loved ones, for our friends, for the possibility that somebody that we know will be gunned down in the streets by these murderous, terrorist police, and then have zero accountability. I have met hundreds of family members who have lost loved ones from police murder. And that is why I say all cops are bastards, because of their institution, the institution they serve. A lot of these fucking police don't even know the law. The tradition. These police come into our neighborhoods and everybody stays behind closed doors and peeps out their windows. That needs to change. We need to come out of our fucking houses with our cameras and we need to ask them, why the fuck are you bringing your gun in my neighborhood? These are strangers with fucking guns roaming around trying to lord over us. Again, my name is Renee. I'm with InLeague Press. I'm a police accountability activist in the city of Orange County, and I am very active in Anaheim.
All right, we got somebody, a passerby that wants to speak. She's Darlene Brown? Darlene Brown.
Hi, I live in the city right here, and I agree with them. We need to come together because we all bleed red. Adam and Eve, they were just, one person, a woman and a man. So we need to stick together because the police, I have not a clue why some of them are just bad. So please, people, know that we need to come and stay together. I mean, politics right now is so ugly and dirty. We don't need to be a part of ugly and dirtiness. Let's come together. We are the American people. So let's act like it.
All right, Debbie from Ya Basta wants to speak about what's going on with the police in Oaxaca and Atenco.
Well, I'm really glad that we're out here today, reflecting a little bit of what we should be reflecting every single day, which is outrage and a refusal to continue forward without change, without justice for our people. These are all our people. Black lives matter. Brown lives matter. Indigenous lives matter. Queer lives matter. We need to stay in this action, continue to stay mobilized, and I don't want to let things continue. I don't want things to function as normal until we get justice and freedom for our people. Someone over here has a sign. I'm white. Someone over here has a sign that says something about, what is it? The right to not be shot. It should not be a white privilege. It should not be a white privilege to know that I have a higher possibility of not being shot in the chest when I get pulled over by a cop. I don't want that privilege. I don't want that privilege on my skin. I don't want that on my flesh. None of us deserve that. So I'm here to say, ya basta, that we're not going to take it anymore. And I hope that we continue in this same sentiment. And while we're talking about this, our streets right here, I want to also acknowledge solidarity with the same struggles happening in Mexico, in the Estado de Mexico, in Oaxaca, where we're in the middle of a huge uprising that's been happening in mostly southern Mexico with mostly indigenous rural teachers and education, and what we have there is a similar kind of moment that we're tasting right here, which is a moment where people are saying we're not going to take it anymore. We want some autonomy for our own communities. So I want to continue building solidarity right here on these streets, right here, protecting us from killer cops here, and I want protection from killer cops and solidarity in other nations as well. Starting with Mexico, which lives under the strong arm of this big brother United States. I want justice all the way around. Fuck this border, fuck these cops, fuck these armies, and I'm tired of all the funding and billions of dollars that go into paying for these death machines on both sides and all sides of our border. Enough is enough. Ya basta. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Again, this is Now We Support You. Thanks for coming. I've been doing this kind of activism for more than 20 years. Black people are being killed that we see in the media. Also, Mexican people have been being killed. In Santana, there's like at least once a month, the cops are shooting at us. And in Anaheim, in Orange, in Fullerton, Fountain Valley, all of Orange County, Mexican people have been affected too, but you don't really hear about it in the media. Indigenous people being affected, or even even our Arabic people have been affected. So, even also there's bullies out there, so even some white people have been affected, obviously. We're gonna talk about Kevin. You ready to speak? Kevin? All right, so we're gonna Kevin's gonna speak from Murieta, the Mexican area. All right, thanks for everybody coming. We got people from Mission Viejo here. We got people from Irvine, from Fullerton, from LA, from the Inland Empire. If I missed some place, let me know.
I'm here to say,
Thank you.
This stops are getting out of hand. Obviously, they're getting worse and worse each day. Right now, we just discussed the movie that came from the mom. And a lot of us are letting this, go by. We're blind to see what's going on. And, it's time that we as a people stand up and fight back, because if we don't fight back, then we're going to keep happening. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters die. I'm tired of seeing people get harassed in our own native land. I'm tired of this. And, it's time that we start getting more active, start doing this. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, and I see my future. I'm gonna keep doing this until I see change, and I'm pretty much dying until I see that change. That's pretty much all I want to say is fuck the police.
All right, yeah. Like Renee said, that we are under a police state, and we say, why are they we're under a police state? It's because they have given immunity through the NDAA, the Police Bill of Rights, and their union. They have so much power that they have given this cop just exactly what they're doing, killing people with no accountability. And that's the main problem here, that our city councils have been placing not only unconstitutional laws that infringe on our constitutional Fourth Amendment right and our First Amendment right to actually do this that we're doing here today, coming in unity. And one of the things that I want to say is that people have to go to their city councils, because that's where you're going to be heard. Through our mayors, our city councils have to stop protecting these cops that are being given the right to kill, the right to abuse us. The NDAA, they can just take you away without any explanation and put you in jail, and that's why our
you're at
are going to jail for no apparent reason.
Thank you.
I'm so glad.
No, we're getting beat up.
They didn't like the fact that I swore, apparently, but I don't really
Welcome.
care.
I always swear at that podium.
Apparently they didn't like it, I heard later, but they weren't the ones stabbed by a Ku Klux Klan
Yeah,
member.
exactly.
There's a highway patrol car sitting on the freeway, looking pointed this way, just watching.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that is part of the ordinance. Part of the ordinance of camping and storage, which now they don't call it storage, they call it abandonment of your stuff. When people are out there trying to struggle and trying to be out there and trying to survive in the streets because they lost their jobs, they lost their homes, and they're in essence in need, and the city doesn't give them the shelter or even the safe zones that we've been fighting for ever since over 2 years at the city council. Finally, they're going to open up a shelter, but it's not enough. People are dying every day out there in the streets. There are more handicapped, there are more women that are actually now not only a threat of criminals, but a threat of police that come and harass them, thrown from one place to another. Now this just has to stop. And where you go next is the city council. Tell your mayor, demand they change this ordinance, and demand that they change the Police Bill of Rights. Demand we have reform through the citizens, not the police policing themselves, but through the citizens. And that's all I have to say. Just show up, because our voices are being heard when we go on the record up there to the city council and the mayor. And we continue to tell them that unconstitutional laws are being in place, and they have to take them off. And actually, now ACLU got involved in that, and they're seeing that they are unconstitutional, right? Because now we cannot go out and try to sit in the park, and the cops to come and discriminate us and throw us out just because maybe we're not dressed right. But anyways, this is what's going on with the homeless community. They are being victimized. They are being beaten up. Just 2 weeks ago, we have a beaten up homeless guy for no apparent reason, just because he went into a laundromat, tried to sit down there, and he seemed suspicious because he didn't have no clothes to wash. And they called the cops, and the cops came in there and just beat him up for no apparent reason. They're not releasing the video. They're not releasing the names of the cops. So what are they hiding? That's another thing that we must continue to film ourselves, no matter if the cops have camcorders, because they're turning them off, losing them, and they're not showing us. If they were actually being the victims, they would show that to the media and say, hey, this is why we got this guy, that's why we beat him. But every time they keep those films for over a year so the incident would go away, and then they release it, and then we see what had really happened, and the cops have gotten away with it. It's after the matter that they come and say, well, here's a release, after the cops have already gotten away with it. So we have to keep fighting and checking out what these ordinances are, because they are unconstitutional. So we got to keep fighting, because little by little they're ripping the Constitution off, and they're giving police the power to be judges, jury, and executioners. And that's exactly why they're getting away with this shit. So we got to stop the NDAA, stop the Patriot Act, which is another thing that gives the cops power. And that's why they feel they have all the power in their hands. And that's why they do the shit they do, even when they're getting filmed, because they know they're gonna get away with it. Now, their fucking union is a mafia union. They act just like a fucking mafia. That's what they are. They're a gang of thugs. I'm not saying that there's not good cops out there, but you know what happens with the good cops when they speak out? They get reprimanded. They get fucked by the other cops. So they're being called snitches, just like in a gang.
They need to quit their
And
job.
these people do not come out because they have a total silence. It's like a fucking cult when you get into the district there and you become policemen. They fucking let the cops take steroids. For crying out, they're taking fucking steroids. They get to the stress side, so they had a bad day and they take it out on people, and then they say they fear for their fucking life. Well, if they fear for their fucking life, they shouldn't be cops. They shouldn't be cops. Put them in a fucking desk job or get another line of work.
Yeah.
Say, they need fucking psychological, mentally, to get every 3 months, because these people are fucking crazy. We got lunatics in our task force. They have become the enemies of the state. They have become terrorists, grown home terrorists. That's what these cops are. So we gotta stop that. We still gotta keep uniting, and we still gotta fight the fight. Don't let go.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Jeff's gonna speak about political prisoners. Everybody just try to make it short. There's people out that want to speak, and
Homeless and police accountability activists in Anaheim.
And keep on showing your signs on the freeway so people can see them, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Nally. Give it up for Nally.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
Anyway, my name is Jeff. I work with Anaheim Black Cross Federation, which is a political prisoner support outreach group. Naturally, we support all causes where working people of color are victimized and brutalized by police terror. But there's another element that we mustn't forget. We talk about those who are murdered by the police, but let's not forget those who have been beaten by the police and who are incarcerated, facing long jail terms for practically bullshit, especially those that are jailed for their political ideologies, because of the way they look, because of the way they dress, because of the way they think. And just remember, they're behind walls going crazy in the crooked jail and prison system. And there's one thing you can do to support them that means the world to anybody who's been incarcerated for a long period of time, and that's just writing a simple letter saying, hello, how are you? I hope all is well. I'm here for you. What do you need? Maybe I can send you a book. Maybe I can send you a magazine.
that's the outreach we do with Anaheim Black Cross. It's good to see our brother Tom, who's recovering well from the Klan melee. But unfortunately, there's 6 others that are facing charges. We're going to need legal support and help, and if they're incarcerated, as our anti-fascist warriors, as well as the recent incident that happened up in Sacramento with the Golden State Skinheads and the Traditional Worker Party. So let's not forget them. But if you know somebody who's incarcerated, just drop them a line saying hello. It makes a world of a difference. Thank you.
Yeah. Woo! All right. Sonia and Corey are next. Yeah, they've been fighting police brutality in Anaheim for at least 4 years, 5 years, longer. So they've been activists here. They're gonna talk about their stories here in Anaheim, so you guys can be aware that people are being killed. People of color and poor people are being killed here in Anaheim and Orange County, and police get away with it. Not just in other communities, here in Orange County too.
Hi guys, my name is Sonia Hernandez. My brother Martin Angel Hernandez was murdered by the Anaheim Police Department on March 6, 2012. I've been fighting for 4 years. Corey's been fighting for almost 9 years. Every time we hear of a murder, that never gets easy for us. It's heartbreaking. I'm not a really good speaker, so I'm just gonna make this really short and quick. I'm just here for every family that is murdered because I feel your pain, and we're here for you.
Hello, my name is Corey Klein. On July 16, 2007, my brother was shot 9 times by Anaheim police. This Saturday, it'll be 9 years without my brother. Every year you're supposed to have a happy birthday. Well, every year my birthday's miserable because my birthday's July 19th. July 19th, 2007, we were planning a funeral for my birthday. We're here just to keep the peace and let everybody know we're sick and tired of the cops killing our loved ones. We have no justice. It's 2007 and 2012. Neither one of our families has seen any justice or accountability. We have no answers. I haven't even been able to get a police report because of the gag orders.
So why does no one talk about the real violence, huh? Dude, fuck off. Hey, no, shut the fuck up.
Shut your fucking mouth.
In Chicago.
Shut your fucking mouth.
How many people died in Chicago this weekend? Organize a protest. You guys are causing the violence. You understand that? You're causing the violence. You're pissing off everybody and getting them to attack random people.
Acting like an asshole.
Bro,
who's being violent?
Film me.
You're in my face.
Talk about statistics.
Like an asshole.
You want to talk about
who's
statistics?
being violent?
You want to talk about statistics?
Yeah, talk about statistics.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about? Hey, hold on. So, what percentage?
Organize your own shit.
No, answer this question.
We were having a speaker. You need it. You don't answer anybody.
I'm a troll. Can you answer a question?
You're causing
You don't want to answer a question.
Ask a question. Ask a question.
Can you answer a question? Let me ask you a question. I'm a white supremacist. How? How did I think that's racist?
Go away.
Organize your own protest. Amplify your own voice. Find somebody that'll speak with you. Find somebody that'll speak with you. You don't have anyone on your side, so you have to come to our protest and disrupt us. But we have people on our side. We have people on our side. And if you're scared, and if you're feeling violent, it's because of how we make you feel. We make you feel violent.
You don't have very good manners, dude. We were in the middle of a speak out. This guy is trying to disrupt our speak out. He interrupted Corey as she was telling her story about her brother. Rest in peace! Police!
Rest in peace!
Never forget! Fuck the police!
What percentage of homicide victims are killed by cops?
Who's the minority? How many white people are in America, idiot?
Answer the question! Don't touch me, bitch! Fuck you!
Hey, 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 hey!
That's right. You see that? You see that hatred? You see that hatred? Why? Why? Because we're here together with love. Because what do I see? In every single neighbor standing next to each other, every single sister and brother loving each other. Hate is love. They hate our love. They fear our love. They'll do anything they can to disrupt it, to silence us, to get us to stop telling the truth. They fear our love, but we don't fear their hate. We don't fear their hate because we love, because we have the courage to stand up for each other and to speak up for each other and to run off a coward when he doesn't have anything right to say. We take care of each other. Corey, you all right? Go on up there, sister. Finish what you were saying, please.
It's not about violence.
Please finish what you were saying about your brother. You were interrupted.
I don't even know what I was saying.
You know what you were saying? You were saying that on your birthday you had to schedule a funeral for your brother, right? And that was 3 days after your brother was murdered. You had to figure out a way to celebrate your birthday, but there was no celebration for you because you had to plan a funeral for your brother. That's where you were, sister.
You know, this guy got me really amped up because, you know, they're trying to cause violence. They want us to be violent, is what they want us to do. And if we act out in violence and would have beat his ass right now, we would have gone to jail. And he would have been sent in a hospital. That's what these motherfuckers at the end of the street, if everybody looks down there, you'll see cops. Cops waiting for us to act stupid. Because then we're giving them what they want. We're not here to give them what they want. These are our fucking streets.
Yeah!
We're here to bring awareness. Fuck him and fuck anybody else who thinks different. You know, I can't even think about my brother right now because this man got me irritated. But just know that come Saturday, I will be lighting a candle and I will be living in his memory and probably going fucking fishing because that's what he did. He was a fisherman. You guys have a good day.
All right, next, Brandon. Again, be brief because a lot of people want to speak, okay?
Peace, everybody. My name is Brandon. I'm an organizer from Students for Justice in Palestine, based out of Philadelphia. And I just want to say, it's no good cops in a racist system. Even the cops who act like they're trying to be good, they all work for the state. They all work for the capitalist, white supremacist, patriarchal country, right? So if they're good or not, that shit don't matter. This country was built on the blood of our people. It was built on the blood of the third world. It was built off taking the land of Mexicans. It was built off taking land of Asians, of Africans, of every continent in the third world. So we gotta unite because we fucking tired. We fucking tired of our tax money going towards funding these wars overseas that ain't got nothing to do with us. We tired of military bases set all the way up in Africa, all the way in the Philippines, all the way in Asia. We tired of that shit. We tired of our tax money going towards bombing Palestinian children and women. The people united will never be defeated. In Philadelphia, it's the same shit going on. It's the same shit going on over here. The Puerto Rican community is being occupied by the police. The Dominican community is being occupied by the police. The Southeast Asian community is being occupied by the police. And so is the black community. This is an international struggle. And the only way that we gon' fucking demolish this system is if we unite. The people united will never be defeated. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, people. Again, I want to bring up the fact that before the Spanish were here, before the Americans here, these lands were inhabited by the Hachimen and the Tonva, meaning people don't know who they are. These are the indigenous people that were already here that got massacred. And it's important to know history. The police was made up to get runaway slaves. And today the police still doesn't have respect for people of color. They see black people not as humans. They see Mexican people not as humans. They see indigenous people not as humans. And then there's a police cop that doesn't give a damn about white people, any people. They're just bullies, you know? And we don't want these kinds of police in our neighborhoods. So again, this has been going on. It's not gonna stop until we get united, until we get the power back. To get the power back from the white supremacy that controls our land. So, is there anybody else that wants to speak? Anaheim. Okay, also, there was a protest today in Anaheim at 4 o'clock. So I don't know if it's anybody that's organizing that protest that wants to speak. I know there's been a protest in LA. I think there's one today at 7, I don't know where, in LA. So organize in your schools, organize in your communities. Yesterday there was one white lady standing by herself in Irvine that was standing against police brutality by herself. So, I mean, there's no excuses. So, is there any student that wants to speak?
The one in LA. The thing going on in LA is in Inglewood at Chuco's Justice Center at 7 p.m.
Today?
Yeah,
Today. Okay, there's Olim's going to speak from the Mexica movement.
Actually, I'm not here to speak. I'm here to see if anybody knows about, there is a protest of Black Lives Matter today at 4 o'clock. And I believe it's where, anybody got the details on that?
Anaheim City Hall.
Anaheim City Hall. So those of you who are here, hey, you're here. When we finish here, we can head on out there and join them and make it a really beautiful day. Thank you.
All right, anybody wants to speak? Any youth, any Mexicanos out there? Any Chicanos, any Indigenistas, anybody, any from the white community, anybody from the black community, any from the Asian community, any students? It's time to speak out.
Also, there's many people who have been killed in Anaheim who are African American. Paul Anthony Anderson was killed about a year ago. Monique Decker. Lamar Moore was beaten by two very racist Anaheim police officers
and they ran away.
2 years ago.
Your cameras are very powerful tool to controlling your neighborhood and keeping the police out of your community. If they don't have a reason to be there, if they're doing something wrong, if they're stalking a member of your community, and you go out there and start filming them, you can broadcast it to Facebook Live, YouTube, Ustream, Periscope. Thank you, brother. That's right. All right, you can get it out there immediately. This is a game changer, right? They're so scared to be exposed for who they are that they'll just run away. They'll drop what they're doing. If they're harassing somebody, they'll leave them alone. They'll let them out of the back of the cop car. No one ever gets out of the back of a cop car. But they'll let them out because they don't want to be held accountable for what they're doing. So if you want to keep police in control in your communities, film them, film them, film them. Always film the police. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, everybody say it loud. Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter!
Mexican Lives Matter!
Mexican Lives Matter!
Palestinian Lives Matter!
Palestinian Lives Matter!
Arabic Lives Matter!
Arabic Lives Matter!
Okay, White Lives Matter! Indigenous Lives Matter!
Indigenous Lives Matter!
Down with white supremacy!
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 Hey, you guys, I just wanted to take a minute of your time to share a story with you, a real quick story about an injustice of the police that happened south of the border. If you don't mind me sharing this with you, there is a young, actually 31-year-old volunteer to a community radio station in the state of Oaxaca. His name was Salvador Olmo Garcia. He was a really cool kind of anarcho punk kind of kid, kind of like some of us that we see here today. He was in a band, and he was was kidnapped on his way walking. He was kidnapped and tortured by the police.
Fuck you!
Fuck the police!
Fuck you!
He was walking to his radio station right during the uprising of the teachers. All the teachers' uprising was happening in southern Oaxaca. He answered a call of distress. There was distress as a volunteer of the community radio station. He was kidnapped by the police. He was held for hours. His dreadlocks were cut off. They separated. He was tortured until about 4 o'clock in the morning. His son managed to somehow escape. Was seen by neighbors running down the street, escaping from the police. The police instantly got him, who then ran him over backwards. This happened 2 weeks ago in the state of Oaxaca. 1 week later, which was last week, another person, I think it's one of us, went there to go in solidarity. She left the house where she was at. She went walking towards the same radio station. 1 week ago, she was kidnapped and is now disappeared. I will be going there in 2 weeks and I will be broadcasting live, so hopefully some of you can follow along in this story. Because I don't care about this fucking border. I want justice here and there. I want justice for all of us. All of us matter. All of us matter. Indigenous lives, brown lives, black lives, and I'm going to fight for fucking men. Thank you.
Alright, it's almost 3 o'clock. We start walking back because some of you guys didn't go to the protest in Anaheim. So we start walking back, and again, don't walk too fast because there's kids here, and if you're gonna go on the street, that's your responsibility. Some of us can't because we have brought kids with us. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you again. And again, thanks for everybody from the Anaheim, the activists that are fighting, the activists from Santana, activists from all over Orange County, people from LA, people from the Empire.
Somebody was talking with too many cameras.
Okay, thank you very much. You start walking, and thanks for coming, and I appreciate it, and see you guys next time.
Watch out, girlfriend. Watch out.
Hey, wait! There's some people!
So we're all walking backwards.
A lot of people are going over to Anaheim at Anaheim City Hall today at 4 in solidarity for Alton Sterling and Philando Castiles, they were murdered just recently by police, and it was caught on video. Just to be clear, there's been no arrests made to any of these officers who have clearly murdered people.
Bullshit, I've been turned up all day, bust shots. Ever since my grind went down, my whole city like fuck the cop. Run the raid like fuck the stop. Fuck the hell, fuck the clock. I'm a friend of a earth block. Don't play about the fight the city every little bullshit, my heart cold, see something hot. Lord, just when I'm staying focused, the niggas moving, they think he not. That shit got my brother shot, standing right in front of his mother spot. But they got about 10 of them popped, and last night another one dropped. We don't do no peace streets, no back down, no conflict. We keep daily like pop, but get on my blood shit. Sex, bro, you must not know that. Okay. Oh shit. Now why the fuck you told them cops? Put your hands up, you still getting shot. Did it come out and out on patrol?
I'm sorry, I just looked at the chat. We are in Santa Ana on the border of Tustin. We're at the CHP headquarters next to the cemetery in Santa Ana. We're out here for Pedro Villanueva, who was murdered by undercover CHP officers. He was followed by an undercover vehicle, undercover CHP officers in it. It is unclear if Pedro knew if he was being followed by police or not.
It's go time, showtime, get clapped like the Apollo. I'm trapped out like fuck y'all. I don't buy by this gun law. Guess you won't do me like Eric Garden if you kept smoking on my cigar. My hands up and you pull your pillow. Just cause I'm a
They come now, they're out on patrol.
I don't know who's organizing.
They kill a few, they finna kill some more.
So I wasn't this side.
Now who the fuck is down 911? See the lights flashing, now here they come. Now who the fuck is down 911?
We'll see. We'll find out.
Once again, police beating up on people.
I'm gonna go find out. I gotta speak the truth.
All he did was break up a fight. And this is what happens for breaking up a fight.
This is a disgrace. This is a test in this city. And we intend to put the pressure on. Let's continue to show this nation who we are. Continue to show this country who we are.
Evil control of the dance floor.
L'édition spéciale.
Yes, going, clearly got some fire on my hands and I'll be steady coming with it. If you're trying to understand, you know that I don't run for critics. All I have is truth, so I don't have no time for gimmicks. So vibe with it, high with it, I give thanks. With God as my eyewitness, I'll fly with me. I keep it real strong, God guide me through the storm and take me back home with a new song every single day of the year. Shots and blessing like the birds in my ear. The water in my cup and my goodness see clear. Pushing me to climb the mountain, shedding all my fears. Still down for the cause, shutting down walls for this Babylon flows. Still on the floor with my brothers and my sisters. Someone deep inside of me, I'm feeling no resistance. My fire blares, my world is start raging. I brew storms like lions inside cages. In ancient days, they would burn me at the stake. Nowadays, we're sedated with the blessing from the state. There's been times when I couldn't even lift my eyelids. Cameras on me, a solid confinement. I ain't lying, these doctors are outrageous. Holding me against my will, claiming I'm disabled. They say that the girl going crazy. They want me to start heavy medication. They don't like that I know I'm crazy. Starting revolutions in my fans for the basement. They say that the girl going crazy. They want me to start heavy medication. They don't like that I'm not complacent. Starting revolutions in my fans in the basement. Some see a lot of things, but don't talk. Some talk and end up in outline and no chalk. Cause their cold hearts can't let the wise ones speak. Their silence is the outcome of a battle with the beast. A long struggle, so beware of the pale horse. I will tell you my story if you share yours. Born in 85, raised in Florida. I was just a baby when my mama crossed the border. Ahora aquí yo veo lo que está pasando. La gente no lo cree, pero tragan en su mano. Y los ancianos mandan su ayuda de las nubes. Siempre están hablando, mi hermano, te lo juro. Que estoy segura, ya he vivido 1.000.000 de vidas. En esta soy mujer, pero mi amor es la misma. No me quites mi humanidad, déjame mi sueño. Y es mi decisión lo que yo hago con mi cuerpo, eso es sincero. No me toques mi derecho a vivir la vida natural como mi Dios la hizo. Mi paraíso, mira lo que te hicieron. ¿Cómo puedo ayudar, amor? ¿Cómo te sirvo? Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, The wicked one, they hear these drums. A day come, we don't need their money. We're gonna build our own world. That's the sound of the warriors calling. The wicked one, when they hear these drums. A day come, we don't need their money. We're gonna build our own world. They say that the girl go crazy. They wanna put us all on heavy medication. They don't like that I'm not complacent. Start a revolution, so my friends in the basement. They say that the girl go crazy. They wanna put us all on heavy medication. They don't like that I'm not complacent. Start a revolution, so my friends in the basement. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Ay, 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 hey, ay, hey, ay, ay.
Alright, I wrote a song about us getting arrested November 26th, Wednesday. It's called Black Lives Matter. You feel me? So I'm gonna try to get together right now because we about to put it down. LA to Ferguson, but this is what we do though. 5 footers in the building. Yo, I have to get up here though. 5 footers in the building. Check this out. This is the other day. 5 footers in the building. Let me try to give it up. We don't have to put a private agreement to you like this. Y'all fucked up and arrested the wrong motherfucker. LA to Ferguson, what's up, my nigga? MTPD, fuck the police, took me to jail. Y'all watched it beat on innocent people cause they didn't like what was said. Took a man off the right and knocked another in the head. That's the bullshit, and I'll say it again. I stand behind my folks that's protesting. LA to Ferguson, I'm on that rah-rah shit. Cause the police shooting people on that blah-blah shit. Snatch you in a chokehold and let me see what you do. Choke your ass out until your fucking face turn blue. Yeah, I said it. Had me in zip ties for hours, kettled on the cul-de-sac. Yeah, it went down like that. Those first wanted, but all under arrest. Don't make one move and get the shot in the chest. Sounds like a movie, but no, this shit was real. Wanna be off for Thanksgiving, gotta post the It's gonna be a long time in the application. I see the standing. My friend in the band is just like the other girl in the cell with a man that's here straight. All I think about is my she gonna be upset about this police. Like my trees are gone. Let me up put somebody, homie, her shoulder gone. They right now in bed over on Broadway. Y'all probably still not releasing out to this day. Now what about the others being shot? What about the others being shot? Taken out. If they protect the service, well, like what they got hit. Y'all know you don't want to that's smart. This is what they do when it goes right. Took his life up to the army. What about the killers who don't know about us? At the crime scene, they claim don't bring guns. All life matters, but us blacks, we get it worse. They wanna see us move, they wanna put us in the dirt. Do you hear mother's cry? Do you hear mother's pray? Not knowing the last time she gon' see her baby, look for that. No way to raise these kids. Did you read the story about the woman and what they did? They run her body cold dead in the cell. Of course they have no answers. The story they dumping out kids with water guns. Can't go outside no more, run on and have fun. Like black and white, make your whole body twitch. Like you gotta run, break it out that bitch. It's gonna be you try to take my time. Try me back into back, I'm asking you. Steps down, it's a fact, we must remain strong. It's gonna be my last one. You try to take my life, only back into back, but I'm
Okay, we're back here. Are you going to Anaheim? No. All right. It's good seeing you. I'm going to sign off right now. Gotta write Pedro's name on the ground over here. Thanks for watching. Get out of your houses and into the streets, wherever you're at.